Joining us now on the line as part of our Pizzeria Azzurri North Forsyth Raiders game report is Coach Blair Armstrong of the North Forsyth Raiders, victorious tonight 24-21 against the Roswell Hornets.
After the game, head on over to Pizzeria Azzurri and be a part of the Listen Your Way post-game scoreboard show. Pizzeria Azzurri is located on Highway 369. We'll see you there and live online at ListenYourWay.com.
Coach, congratulations on that win.
Thank you. It was huge, real huge. Our kids really grew up tonight. It was amazing.
Well, I'll tell you, it's I know the crowd there at Cold Mountain had to just be really fired up. I understand that we had a report a little earlier from David McGregor, who photographed the game and shot the game. I understand that some of the highlights, Slayton had 2 touchdowns for you tonight.
He had 159 yards rushing and 24 carries. He's a sophomore. We have a sophomore halfback, Tanner Riddle, and a sophomore quarterback, Harris Roberts. So, yeah, we had a sophomore tandem back there in the backfield. Our linemen really grew up tonight too. We were down 21-17 with 7 minutes to go, and they kicked off to us. We got the ball on the 2-yard line and drove 98 yards in about 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go ahead and score, and held on there with about 30 seconds left to go in the game to win it 24-21. It was quite amazing, tremendous crowd that was really into the game, and that 12th man always helps you when you got that crowd behind you like we do here at Cold Mountain. It was incredible.
Coach, you think about starting on the 2-yard line, 98 yards ahead of you. What does that say about the character of those guys?
Well, it was such a huge learning experience for them. We've been talking to them all season about what our potential is and our capabilities, and we just got to do it. And we just hadn't really, it just hadn't synced for us. We just hadn't really quite done it. And we're 1-4 going to this game, and this is, of course, our first region game, and a huge win. They were, I think, picked for the region championship. So, I mean, this was big in all categories. I think it's one of those season-changing victories because the kids got to see what can happen when they do the way they're coached and they pull together and play as a team. And it was just amazing to see the chemistry and the togetherness and the teamwork. It was so much fun to see that.
Coach, I know a lot of times some coaches will kind of look at the non-region games before your region schedule gets started as kind of almost a preseason, and then you got the region schedule as being so important. Is that kind of a concept that your guys have bought into? Well,
we have, we new offense, new defense, new coaching staff, and a bunch of young kids. We only have 13 seniors, about 7 of them that are actually starting for us. So we got a lot of young kids playing, and early in the season we felt like we should have won a couple games, but we just weren't. We just hadn't got it all together yet. We really weren't playing as a team, still learning along the way. And tonight was so huge because whether it was a region or not game or not, just because we learned that when we play together and be a team and do all the things you're coached to do, what can happen, and just to believe now that all this stuff works that we're doing, and that commitment they made this week in practice was huge, and it showed up tonight. And that's the fun part of coaching, is seeing that light bulb come on and seeing those kids perform the way they're capable of doing.
Coach, looking ahead now on the Andine Chevrolet look ahead. Next week, it's the Northview at the Raiders. And what can you tell us about that matchup?
They're very skilled. They got a great quarterback, probably one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the region. Coach has been there. I think this is 2nd or 3rd year, so his program's been established for a little while. So, they'll be a formidable opponent. He actually, Coach Chad, was on my staff when I was at Pizzeria Ridge, so we're real good friends, Chad Davenport, and it'll be a great contest.
Well, that should be fun to get to go head to head there, and we congratulate you on the win tonight, and look forward to talking with you next week, and wish you the best of luck with Northview next week, Coach.
We really appreciate all your support. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. That's Coach Blair Armstrong of the North Forsyth Raiders, and this is your Pizzeria Azzurri North Forsyth Raiders game report, where the North Forsyth Raiders victorious 24-21 at home against Roswell. Congratulations to the Raiders. Right now, joining us on the Pizzeria Azzurri North Forsyth Raiders game report is David McGregor, photographer for the Raiders, and also photographer for Lily McGregor Photography. David, thanks for joining us on the show here tonight.
Hey, Travis, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great, and it's a great night in Coal Mountain.
Yeah, it truly is. You know, those kids, you know, every high school kid works hard, but these kids worked especially hard to get better. You know, made a couple changes, and you know what? Took them to victory tonight. It was a great night in Coal Mountain.
24-21, the final as the Raiders defeat the Roswell Hornets, and you know what? Down here, I don't care. Anytime you beat a program like the Roswell Hornets, you got to feel pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Roswell's always been a top-notch program, even going back to when I was in high school. You know, you hear about, you know, the history of Roswell and how good they are. I read something this week where, you know, they were 0-4 going into this game. They hadn't been 0-4 since 1952. And I know that was around, I don't know if you remember that time or not. I'm sure you were in high school at that time, but you know, it's been well over 50 years since this team's been down. But, you know, win for the Raiders, it was great. You know, the kids played hard. You know, I you know, me and Larry don't have any kids, but these kids are pretty darn close. I tell you that much. We love every single one of them, and it was just a great, great time.
Well, who got on the scoreboard first tonight, David?
Well, if I remember correctly, Roswell got on the board. It was a pretty big struggle back and forth with both these teams. They were both punching each other in the mouth pretty hard. Forsyth, you know, got on the board first with, oh gosh, I believe it was Luke Slayton on a long touchdown run. He took it out for, I think, about 60 yards, and, you know, he's a little kid. He's about 5'6", maybe 125, soaking wet. And, you know, he's a running back for the Raiders. He did a great job. The offensive line blocked amazing the whole night. Went from there, went back and forth. It was 14-7 right before halftime. And I think there was about 6 seconds left, and Roswell broke off a 80-yard touchdown run with about 6 seconds left in the first half. And, you know, a lot of teams would take that, and they would struggle the rest of the game. Well, North came out swinging, and, you know, like I said, Luke Slayton scored those 2 touchdowns. The epic thing that we saw tonight at Coal Mountain, which I've never seen for as long as I've been around here in this area, was North got the ball with about 7 minutes left at the 2-yard line, down 21-17, and drove the ball 98 yards to score the game-winning touchdown on a little half-yard sneak by their sophomore quarterback, Harris Roberts.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was great to see, you know, and got a little scary there for a minute at the end of the game as well. Roswell drove the ball a little bit and threw an interception, and all North had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. Well, they fumbled the snap for the need to take a knee. Roswell got the ball back, and we all kind of held our breath for a little bit. But you know what? North's defense came through and did a great job. So, you know, just super proud of the kids, super excited for the whole county as it is. You know, it's great to see some winning football here in Forsyth County.
Absolutely, and congratulations to the Raiders, 24-21, the win tonight over Roswell. And this is your Pizzeria Azzurri North Forsyth Raiders game report. We're talking with David McGregor from Lily McGregor Photography. And David, I know you're going to have some great pictures up on your website.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually going through it now, taking a look to see what we got going on, and I'm pretty excited about it. You know, anytime, you know, me and Lily come out and go out to a football game, we're like kids in a candy store. Even if it's not the best game in the world, you know what? We love the game of football, and when we enjoy what we do. So you can check those pictures out probably on Tuesday or Wednesday at www.lilymcgregorphotography.com.
Well, that's great, David. I know those guys are working hard there, and Coach Armstrong getting them ready each week, and just really happy for that Raider program tonight to get that win over the Hornets. We appreciate you giving us the game.
What's that, Travis? You broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying we appreciate you joining us here on the show to give us the rundown.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you calling, and I don't know if we'll get Coach Armstrong. He's him and his coaches already. I was talking to a couple of assistants already, and I asked them how long they're going to be celebrating this victory, and they said for about this is at 10:30, about an hour and a half, and then it's time to get back on the work. So I don't know if we'll catch him tonight. Hopefully he'll get in touch with you.
That's right. Well, looking ahead on our Andine Chevrolet Look Ahead, Next week, the Raiders back at home. So I know the Raider faithful will be there in Coal Mountain. Northview is coming to town, and that'll be next Friday, September the 30th.
Yeah, definitely. Northview's coming to town. They're a team that is dangerous. I know they saw them at camp this summer, and every game. Region started this week, and every game's gonna be a tough game, and hopefully we'll get on a little winning streak and see what happens the week after that. Just can't look too far ahead, but I know North and West are gonna have a battle pretty soon. I think that's gonna be a war.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that. So, David, I know it's getting a little late here on the Friday night, but thanks for joining us, and we'll try to catch up with you next week if we can.
All righty. Thanks, Travis. You guys have a good night.
All right. Thank you so much. That's Dave McGregor from Lily McGregor Photography, and David and his wife Lily do a great job. David and I have worked together for years, and always like to have him here on the show to get his perspective. And what a great night there for the North Forsyth Raiders, getting that first win on the season, 24-21 against the Roswell Hornets.